Alright, so right now I am, I'm gluing these two pieces of wood together. This one right here, and this one right here. As you can see, I've already got the glue on because I forgot to turn the camera on, and that is very disappointing. But anyway, yeah, so I am gluing those together right now, so I guess I will let you watch the little bit that I have left to do. So, you need a... Something that I didn't do that I completely screwed up right here is I put way too much glue on and it started spreading into the holes, and you don't want that to happen, because if that happens, then you're gonna have drops down there that you can't really get out, and you're going to, well, basically the chest pieces, they're not gonna sit flat down there anymore. So I'm just gonna wipe a little bit of this glue back up, and then we'll just put these back together. So the bottom piece is a little bit too big, so I'll have to sand that down. But yep, so all you're gonna do is do that, and as you can see, there's no glue really in those bottom parts, at least there's no lumps. So now all we need to do is go ahead and clamp these together with these clamps. Alright, so once you have those put on, you can just wipe around the outside edges and get any excess glue off. And then you just set it aside, and we're going to let it dry for 30 minutes. Actually, we're gonna let it dry an hour. And then we're going to, yeah, we're gonna glue the other piece. Yeah, so I am going to wait for this to dry, and in the meantime, I'm going to go make some waffles for dinner. So, yeah, really quick, I have an Etsy account, and if you want to purchase this, you can go on there. I will have this on there. I'll put a link down in the description below. Just go to my Etsy page, and I'll have this up on there, and you'll be able to purchase one of these. So if you like this, and you like what I'm doing, and you want to support me, that's a great way to do it. But yeah, so I guess I will check back in when this is done drying. Alright, so I am back, as you can see, very plainly. And now I'm going to take these off. And there it is. There's our piece right there. So as you can see, there's no little parts of glue in there. Well, if there is, they're not noticeable anyway. Anyhow, so what we're gonna do is, this is the top. We're going to move all these pieces off to the side. And then what we're gonna do is, here's the bottom. So we're going to put this is gonna go on just like this, right here. So I'm gonna put this on, make sure it is completely square. Because if it ain't, you're gonna have problems, and they're not the best problems. You do not want to have them, because they're problems, and who wants problems? At least this kind of problem. Let's see. Alright, so that's good right there, I think. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to clamp this in place so that it ain't going to move around. So, there we go. So, now, we're gonna need to put these pieces on. So, here, I'm gonna move the camera so you can see it a bit better. Alright, here we go. So, this piece, this is going to go right like that. Okay? So, we're just going to, where did I put the glue? So, we'll just put some glue on it. We're just gonna wanna do a very thin coat just on the edges. So, you just wanna do it very lightly, and I might just like pat it down to take off all the excess, because this is already too much. So you just want to do it really lightly and make sure you just have it on the very edge. And then Go back up, all the way back up. Whoop. All right, there we go. Just gonna wanna put it right on up to either edge. And it'll fit perfectly on. Okay. There we go. It is on. Now actually I'm going to take this off and see if it left any prints on that second piece. It left a small print of glue right there on the second piece. But it should be fine. So, alright. Put this on. Right, nice and lined up. There we go. And boom, that's that. So that piece is on. Now, I'm gonna put the rest of the pieces on, and then I'm gonna put clamps on. So, over here, well, obviously it's another side, so we're just gonna do the same thing with the other short piece. Now, as you can see, this one, the one in the front, is longer. So, this piece is going to go on the back, and it's gonna cover up that part of this piece. So it'll go on like right like that, and then it'll cover up this side of this one too. So that'll be good. And when you purchase the files for these, you can, I mean, everything's ready to go. You just gotta put it into your software, whatever you use, and just adjust the settings for power and speed and such. So we're gonna take the smaller one and glue it on right here. So let's get the glue. Okay. Already off to a bad start. Well, this is way too much glue. Okay, whoop. There we go. And we're gonna take our handy dandy little piece of wood, and this time I'm going to scrape it away. Last time I scraped it in, and it spread the glue to the inside, which we do not want to do. So, just scrape it away. No idea what that voice was right there. Alright. This is ready to go on. So, let's see. Just put it right like that. Alright, we're good with that. You're cool with that? I'm cool with that. That looks good. So now we're going to change these to either of the sides so that it will hold those in place. Alrighty. And once you're done with that, we are going to put the back piece on. So, once again, we'll just get young glue for it. Dab it on. Actually, this piece right here, I know this is going to take a little bit longer, but I think it'll be worth it in the end to get less glue on it. Alrighty. Just about done with this. Boy, this is really, never mind, mute that part. I'm talking to myself. Alright. Alright, so now we're gonna put the back piece on, and it's not much different from the other pieces, just same rules. Don't get it on those center two, that are going to be the black drawer. If you do, well, it's gonna be a pain to take off, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so this is good. Okay, so here are the detail pieces. Well, not really detailed, but yeah, anyway. So these are just gonna go right like that, right there, and then this one will go right there. So, yeah, let's glue these on. Just getting really well glued on. Alright, Way too much glue. Alright, and since there's no centerpiece, I can just scrape it right along like that. Get the excess glue off. And then all you're going to do is grab this and, oops, slap it on right like that. Alright, so there we go. There's that. And now let's just do this one really quick. Put this on. Add some more glue. Yikes, that was close to disaster. Okay. There we go. And like the others, you just put it on, well, I guess in a sense, like the others, if you don't mind me saying. Alright, and then, yeah, just slap it on right like that. Very, very simple. Alright, now, when you have all that on, you're just going to wipe these extra spots of glue that you find in different places where they don't need to be. And after you're done with that, you just add a few more clamps. Okay, there's that. Next step will be test playing it and making sure that none of these magnets try and propel off the board, because that would be quite annoying. Yeah, and then I think it's worth mentioning that this board, I would have stained it, but on a test earlier, this is how it turned out when I stained it. And I really don't like that, because I put this tape on the top of this before I lasered it, and then it lasered through the tape, and then I peeled up every other piece of tape, and then I stained the ones that the wood showed. And when I peeled them up, well, the stain had leaked through, which was a rookie mistake on me. But yeah, so I'll have to figure out a way on how to get paint on there without it leaking through, which I'm wondering if like normal paint wouldn't leak through, but that would also scratch off. So I really don't know right now. If you have any suggestions, please comment down below, because yeah, that'd be nice. Anyhow, this one was one of my tests. As you can see, well, you can't really get this piece out because I made it too thick and it really doesn't work. So you have to use a pair of pliers. Here, I'll show you. Alright, so with the pair of pliers, you can pretty easily just, whoops. Yeah, so I opened it the wrong way. I actually put this in the wrong way. That is the problem. But yeah, with the pair of pliers, you can open it up nice. This one, you'll be able to smoothly open it and smoothly put it back in. So this board, I made it, on this one, I made it less thick, because all this board is here for is to hold these pieces in. And yeah, and then I made the actual size of this just a tiny bit smaller, like that way and that way. So hopefully it'll work a lot better. But yeah, so there's that. I'm going to clean up these pieces, and I guess I will show you what it's looking like when this dries. Yeah. So I will show you what's going on then.